Hi guys, this is Rahul from MySmartPrice, and today we have the Motorola Moto X Play here with us for review. The X Play is the little brother to the Moto X Style, which we have already reviewed. Like the Moto X Style, this phone also comes in two versions, a 16GB entry-level version and the higher-end 32GB variant. Both the phones are exclusively available via Flipkart.com. Let us now check out the phone in detail. We will start off with the design aspect of the phone first. While the Moto X Style borrows design elements from the Moto G, the Moto X Play tries to keep things slightly different, although the overall design language is quite similar. At the front of the handset is the large 5.5-inch Full HD display. Just above the display is the earpiece, a front-facing camera and a proximity sensor. The speaker rests at the bottom of the display. It can at times get confusing to hold the phone correctly, as both the earpiece and the speaker look alike and rest on opposite ends of the screen. The power button and the volume rocker keys rest on the right side of the device. The phone does not have any capacitive buttons under the display but uses on-screen buttons. At the back, we have the primary camera with dual LED flash. The back panel is removable even though the phone does not come with the user replaceable battery or a SIM card slot there. The removable rear panel has a rubbery feel to it and comes with a patterned design which makes the phone easy to grip. The SIM tray slot is situated on the top edge of the phone and one needs to use the SIM ejector tool to pop it out of the tray. The SIM card tray can hold 2 nano SIM cards and 1 microSD card. The 3.5mm audio jack is also located here. At the bottom, the phone has a micro USB port for connectivity and charging. At 169 grams, the Moto X Play is on the heavier side. People with small hands might face issues holding the device owing to its size and overall weight. An interesting feature of this phone is that it has a water repellent coating as claimed by Motorola. Moving on to the display, Motorola uses a 5.5-inch IPS LCD display panel for the Moto X Play. This panel supports full HD resolution and offers a pixel density of 403. Visuals and the text on the display are crisp. The screen is protected by Corning Gorilla Glass technology. However, it is a fingerprint magnet and attracts smudges on the screen very easily. This makes it difficult to view text on the screen despite it having great viewing angles. With the brightness levels set to maximum, the screen is legible under direct sunlight. The large screen allows you to enjoy watching games and movies on it. Overall, it is a great display that should keep you hooked on for hours. We will talk about the hardware on the Moto X Play now. Motorola has used the Octa-Core Qualcomm Snapdragon 615 chipset on the X Play. This Snapdragon 615 chipset uses 8 processing cores clocked at 1.7 GHz. It also houses a Adreno 405 GPU which takes care of the graphics and is clocked at 550 MHz. This chipset has been used in a number of devices launched in the past 6 months and has some issues with heating. However, we did not face the same with the X Play. The phone also gets 2GB of LPDDR3 RAM. The 32GB version of the phone has 25GB of available space on board. Thankfully, the microSD card slot can hold a microSD card of up to 128GB of storage space, and we recommend that you use a Class 10 standard card as well. The phone also supports dual-band Wi-Fi, Bluetooth 4.0 low energy, NFC and GPS with AGPS. Moving on to the software, the Moto X Play we received for review ran Android 5.1.1 Lollipop at launch, but has been just a few days ago updated to Android 6.0 Marshmallow. The interface on the device looks quite similar to stock Android that is seen on the Nexus class devices. We will post a separate video detailing the additions that the new Android version brings to the table. All said, we believe those of you looking for a leaner and a bloatware-free Android experience will certainly like this phone. Sporting a 21-megapixel camera at the back, the Moto X Play offers an f2.0 aperture that ensures wider angles. Like the Moto X Style, the decent camera on the X Play is let down by Motorola's camera UI, which we felt was a bit too simplified for our liking. There is no dedicated on-screen shutter key, which means you will be left with a lot of unintentional clicks before you get used to the UI. You can invoke the settings menu by swiping from the left corner, where you will find the option to switch to the HDR mode, the flash toggle, touch to focus and exposure control. The video capture settings let you choose between Full HD and slow motion videos. Pictures can be taken only in fixed resolutions, 16MP in the 16:9 mode and 21MP in the 4:3 mode. You also get the option to set the timer for 3 seconds and 10 seconds. This is followed by the panorama option, which can be set to on or off. You can also choose the default storage location for pictures and toggle the geotagging settings. Finally, we have the option to turn the shutter sound on or off and activate the quick capture mode. The night mode, which was removed from the Moto X Style, is retained on the Moto X Play. Here are a few sample images taken using the phone. Videos can be captured in Full HD resolution with image stabilization. While the video quality is just about average, the audio is quite crisp. In the price segment that the Moto X Play falls in, the camera performs impressively. The Moto X Play uses the Google Play Music app for playing music files. It managed to play normal MP3 and lossless FLAC files without any issues. Output from the headphones is decent enough, although we would have loved slightly higher volume levels from the speakers at the front. Video playback was satisfactory, with the phone easily being able to play most media files we threw at it. Despite using compelling hardware, Moto X Play's software fails to keep up. It is the exact opposite of the Moto G 3rd generation in terms of expectations as opposed to performance. The powerful Octa-Core Snapdragon 615 chipset might be the real muscle, but it needs to work well with the 2GB of RAM in order to be able to deliver good performance. The phone did manage to score decently in the AnTuTu benchmark test, but lagged behind its similarly priced rivals. We did not have any trouble with using resource-heavy applications. In fact, graphic-intensive games ran fine on our unit. In terms of video playback, the phone could not play our stock 4K resolution video test files, but ran full HD content with ease. We believe the phone would also play 4K videos, but at lower bit rates. The Moto X Play sports a decent quality earpiece, and the voice calls are loud enough to be clearly audible. The dedicated microphone ensures that the voice is captured without much ambient noise. We faced no trouble during our calls. Location-based services though take a couple of seconds to pin the phone's location on the map. The 3630 mAh lithium-ion battery on the Moto X Play impresses us. Thanks to Quick Charge 2.0, the phone takes about 2 hours to charge from 0 to full. The phone should last you an entire working day with 3 to 3.5 hours of screen on time. Motorola recently slashed the prices for the Moto X Play. Right now, you can get the 16GB variant for Rs 16,499 and the 32GB variant is priced at Rs 17,999. At this price point, the X Play is a phone that has a good build and a fantastic battery life. But it gets overshadowed by the newly launched Lenovo Vibe P1, which has similar specs and a mammoth battery. You can also get devices like the Samsung Galaxy S5 and the OnePlus One for less than Rs 20,000 now. Overall, the Moto X Play delivers great battery life and its software has some decent room for improvement. So please do keep that in mind if you do decide to buy this phone for yourselves. That was the review of the Motorola Moto X Play. In case you have any queries and questions regarding this device, please do let us know in the comments section below. This is Rahul Srinivas signing off for MySmartPrice.com.